okay. Yeah. Okay, guys, welcome to Lock, Stock, and Barrel. We are going to be sharing a testimony today with Jana. Jana is here and she's going to be sharing her story. Before we get started, I just wanted to remind everyone, if you're watching this live, if you're watching it on replay, make sure that you're following us on our platforms and you're sharing it. We've got several. I'm kind of walking out by faith with this. But one of the most important one is on Facebook and YouTube. If you are on my personal profile, you'll know it's linked. On YouTube, it is at Lock Stock Barrel 3. And we are uploading all of that because it saves it. It saves it like it's like a database, really. I love YouTube. It just, Facebook after 30 days, it goes off. So you got to download it and all that. Oh, wow. Hold on. I didn't put my mic on. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Hopefully, this is testing out with the mics. So it looks like it's doing good, but we've already prayed, but we'll pray again. Lord, we just invite you on this podcast. This is your podcast. This is the Lock, Stock, Barrel. It's Joel 2:25. Taking every single thing that the enemy has stolen, God, you promised in your word that you're going to replenish it. And God, I know for a fact that we're about to hear powerful, powerful testimony from Jana and her journey into you. And just, I hope, Lord, that it touches every single heart that it needs to.
Yes, Lord.
Lord, we ask that you bless her as she speaks. Lord, that you would bring healing even more so to her and her family and her grandchildren and the generations to come. In Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
All right. Okay, well,
Hey. Well, let me just start out by saying that I really do hope this touches somebody. I've pretty much been through probably anything that you could go through. And I don't want to I'm not going to say, I'm going to condense my younger years really quick. But I will say this, people think that divorce is just anything. It was the first time my heart was ever broken. I don't remember a lot of things about my dad, but I do know that it stuck with me for life. And it led into a lot of other things.
Yeah.
I was molested from the time I was 4, started with a female, and then on to a man when I was 8, and it lasted till I was about 13. And so I was real angry my whole entire life, very strong-willed. Just the thing is that I had learned how to enjoy that, even, and so I ended up having a lot of guilt later on in my life because I did. I became very promiscuous. Um, I had a son who passed away when I was 18, when he was 10 days old. Just always fighting with my parents, in and out of mental institutions, trying to kill myself, always into drugs and alcohol. I did my first shot of methamphetamines when I was 17 years old. In and out of jail for stupid stuff it just led to further things. It was my life was so dark. I felt like I've been married 4 times legally and common law once. Just anything. I had an abortion even after losing my son. Just whack. I was just whack. Nobody knew what to do with me. I really was whack, not afraid of anything, would fight anyone, man or woman, at the drop of a hat, and at the same time loving everyone. It's kind of weird. I mean, I really was whack, y'all. If anything if I could help anybody, please let me know. I ended up with who I thought was the love of my life. And I still believe God's working on that situation. Everything was great, and we started doing methamphetamines. And he became addicted really fast, and and it was not good for him because he was already borderline schizophrenic.
Mm-hmm.
So he just took off, and I was on disability, so I started selling dope to
Mm-hmm.
take care of his habit, and it just spiraled from there. I cheated on him with his friends
Mm-hmm.
and just caused a lot of pain and grief, and I was just not a nice person. I was, people thought I was, but really I wasn't. Like
Mhm.
when I look back now, like I see that my heart was so, so dark,
Yeah.
and that verse about, our righteousness is filthy rags to him was just,
Yeah.
you know, it's really true
Mhm.
because I was just not good. I was just not good. And I ended up going to prison the first time. I got 5 years. I got for 2 charges, and I went to prison. I did 20 months, and I came out, and a lot of things happened when I got out. He had tried to kill himself at the transitional house.
Mm.
My biological father died, um, and my mom was a Christian my whole life, but she was very legalistic. So
Mm.
amongst all those things that was going on, like nothing I did was right.
Yeah.
And and I just never thought she loved me. And she told me when I got out of prison the first time, we were trying to heal. And she was telling me, but it still hit me like a bat. You were right. I didn't love you when you were little, And so it was like, wow.
Whoa.
So I came out thinking that I was in love with Jesus, but really I didn't have any foundation. I really wasn't in my word. I really wasn't, I didn't really know him. And so when all that happened, I spiraled out of control again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, I was with a lot of people that I had no business being with. I'm very lucky to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
And because they were big players that I'm just a little fish,
Mm-hmm.
But I thought I wasn't because, that's how that stuff makes you feel. Like
Yeah.
you're the top dog.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
I
Yeah.
so wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and so what I figured out was that I had faith in my faith. And that was no foundation.
Yeah. That's good.
And I feel horrible because I worked for some people that went to Impact. They were so good to me and I did them so wrong. I just, I was doing dope while I was taking care of the parents.
Mm.
It was horrible, horrible. I was not a good person. And so when we went to court, I really thought I was going to get out of it, because it was just a little, it was less than a gram. I thought it was just a little, and I got 10 years in a drug free zone. And then we were at church with Lisa and Sylvia, and one of the ladies told me, she said, she says, you're not going to do your whole time. You're going to be vindicated, is what she said. And I was thinking in my mind, that was like, oh, I'm going to get out. Like, they're not, you know what I mean? Then when they gave me the sentence and I took off to prison, like I realized I really was going to do that 5 years flat before I ever came up. And it was hard. People were ugly to me. They were so ugly to me. And I kept saying, Lord, like, I love you so much. You know what I mean? I was faithful. But like I said the other night when we gave our testimony, I wanted to be good so bad because I'd been bad for 52 years.
Yeah.
Like 52 years of just a horrible existence, like hating myself. I didn't take care of my children. Took my children to my, left them with my parents and just always drunk, always on dope, always waking up some places you don't know where you are, you know. Uh, just I took off in a big rig, went all across the country, just like crazy stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We've done the wild stuff, right? Actually, yeah.
So when I got, they sent me in, and the whole time, and I was just like, I'm serving, and why don't these people like me? And it was just the fire that I needed, because I needed to learn my identity in Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a slow learner, so I got slapped around quite a few times. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But finally it came to the point where that Second Corinthians 5:17, in Christ you're a new creation, all things are gone
Yeah.
and everything is new.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally realized that the old Jana was dead. She was
Yes.
dead.
Yeah.
So why keep trying to fix all this stuff? Because
Yeah.
you're a new creation. And that's when God started doing his work in me.
So good.
Just it was so good. I just, everybody has that moment where they know when they came to Christ, and I think I did that at a younger age, but I just sought him. I just prayed to have a hunger for him.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew that when I walked into that jail, that I was not going to be the same person that walked out.
Yeah.
I was so
You were
done.
done.
I was so done.
You were done. Do you think when you were younger, and because I too, when I was younger, I had thought I had given my life to the Lord. And I think I did to the best of my ability, but I also think that there was things that I didn't allow Him into. Like you had talked about the trauma that you had as a child. When we went to church at those young ages and we did that, it's like subconsciously we compartmentalize that and say, okay, well, that's no more. Let's not talk about that. I don't know if you had the same experience, but I used to just, I think when we suppress things that have happened over and over, and then we meet God, but we forget or we don't think about, hey, I think He's going to need to come into this area. We just automatically assume He already knows because He's omniscient,
Yes.
and He is, but He's also a gentleman, and He wants us to invite Him into those areas.
Yes.
And so I think that's a big thing.
Well, I definitely stuffed it, but I was not only an addict that way, but I was a sex addict.
Mhm.
You know, I was addicted to masturbation,
Mhm.
and I was, uh, it just it took over my
Mhm.
life, and I didn't tell my parents. I mean, I was born in the '60s,
Yeah.
so like I didn't tell my parents. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Till I had a mental breakdown at 28. Like I had been stuffing all this stuff. You just stuff
Yeah.
all this stuff,
Yeah.
and it just became natural. I was so promiscuous,
Mhm.
I really was. And
Yeah.
when Miss Sylvia, this is a funny story, but the first time I went to jail, Sylvia and then would come in, and she was like, "Well, when you sleep with somebody outside of your marriage, you take on all their stuff, right?" And I was like, "Wait," in the church service. I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, you take on all their stuff." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, no wonder I'm crazy." And she's like, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Miss Sylvia, I'm home." And she was like, "No, you're not, Janet." I was like, "Yes, I am."
Sylvia
Like I'm,
McGinnis.
yes.
Oh my
So
god.
I want y'all to know that she came back and saw me by myself, and we spent a whole time breaking soul ties.
That is so good.
Yes, because I didn't want to be connected to anybody else any
Yeah.
longer.
That's really good because it's true. It is so
Yeah.
true.
And and now that God has shown me like how special, like I'm so sad that I didn't wait for that person,
Mhm.
or how special and what that means. Like it's the way Christ pursues us,
Mhm.
and just man, he's just so wonderful. I would just wish people knew. I just never had that relationship before with him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I let him in anything, and people laugh like, I pray to go to Walmart because really I do. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a crazy
Yeah.
world. And the gift he's given me is discernment.
Mhm.
And it's a hard gift,
Yes.
especially if you're in prison, because it's so dark and you
Mhm.
see, so like, my mind would be like, it would be chaos. You know what I mean? because I could see and
all the
feel
stuff.
all
Yeah.
everything, all the
Yeah.
spirits.
Yeah.
And but he did tell me I about 2.5 years ago I was praying and he said, I want you to tell my people that I'm coming. And I said,
Mm.
well, Lord, they know you're coming. And he
Mhm.
goes, no, you tell them I'm coming very soon.
Mhm.
And so, and then I came home and I saw everything that's going on. So, whoever's watching, if you are not saved, Jesus is coming and he is coming very, very
Yes.
soon.
Yes.
Please,
Mhm.
please get your heart right. And if you
Yeah.
don't know him, please contact somebody, one of us.
Yes.
I will talk to you, pray with you, whatever you want to do
Yes.
to get you right with Jesus Christ because he is the way, the truth and the life.
That's
And
so good.
I think that's another thing, I feel like I want to go to this. That's where I want to be is in the streets. I want people to know, like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, he is coming.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
And I can feel like since I feel all those things and see all those things, like,
Yeah.
I just
It's
know
like an urgency is in you,
it is an
right?
urgency.
I feel
Yes.
that. I can relate to that. Yesterday is my son's birthday, right? But
Yeah.
there was so many different things, and I won't go into detail because I want to honor my everyone in my family and stuff. But there was so many areas where it was like, bam, there was something going on. Um, in Marlin with my family there. There was something going on with my dad here. There was something going on with one of my aunts here. There and and then I went to the pop up shop that Cross Kingdom was doing to grab some stuff to help what was going on in Marlin. And then I ran into a family member there, and I'm thinking, what is happening? And so it's just like this, like bam in your face. Hey, this is what's going on. And I thought, okay, God, this is too heavy for me to carry. But where is my spot? Where's my role in this? Of course, it's intercession, but it's also speaking truth, and it's also saying Jesus is the one that can fix this, and it takes your partnership. And not all of my family members rock and
Absolutely.
roll the way I do, and the intensity I do, but I know that they believe. I know that they believe. So I just kind of shared, hey, maybe it's time to pray, or hey, you don't have to take this, or love my dad. He didn't want to go to the ER with the stuff he had going on, and I just pray for him, but it was like all day yesterday I was like just bam 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 bam, and I thought, my gosh, what's going on? He's saying, in this year you're going to speak truth, no matter of your, don't fear how they're going to respond. Don't fear rejection. Plant the seeds by speaking truth. And sometimes I can be hesitant to share in depth with my own family, not because I feel like they're going to reject me, but because I don't want to be seen as shoving it down their throat. But I think a lot of times when we think we're shoving something down their throat, that's just like the enemy, because you don't know what someone's going to grab a hold of and need in that moment. And as long as we're coming from the right motive of heart, and it's up to them, you know what I mean? Everybody has their own walk. So I just thought, man, but it really lines up with what you're saying, because time is short.
It's
And that's the whole point of this podcast. We want people to watch this and be intrigued and say, if she can do it, if God can do it for Jen, if God could do it for Ashley, if God can do it for Jen, God can do it for anybody.
absolutely.
We are not anyone special. We just decided we're going to partner with God. Enough was enough.
And you know
Yeah.
what? If the one thing I could tell them, it's not about you can't do this or you can't do that anymore. It's about
That's good.
relationship.
That's
And you
good.
fall in love with him.
And then you
It's
change
like
on
in
your
the
own.
world, if you fall in love with somebody and you want to do the things they want for you and do with
Good.
you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not about I don't do certain things anymore because he he wouldn't want me to and he would be disappointed. I know he's never really disappointed in us. He
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
loves, but I don't want to take that chance that
Right.
it might hurt
Right.
him in any way, shape, or
Right.
form.
That's so good.
I just
Mhm.
don't. I love him that much. And when I realized, I was saying this the other night that he knew what he was going to happen to him when he came. You know, I imagine him. I read a book by Charles Martin, and he's such a great storyteller, and he talks about Jesus taking off his robe and his crown, and leaving everything there in his chair, his throne, and just coming and
Oh wow.
knowing he was going to die.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but like putting some nails through me, I'm not about the pain. I would just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he did it anyway
Yeah.
because he loves us so
Yeah.
much.
So
And
good.
that all the people that I did drugs with, if you're watching, like all the reasons that you do drugs and things that you try to fill yourself with, he will fill you up.
Yes.
You don't need that stuff.
Those are all the
Like,
counterfeit.
everything you're looking for is in him. I promise you. Like I wish everyone could feel the way that I feel. I wish everyone could have that relationship with him.
Yes.
And I if you're please don't get left behind, please, because he's coming very soon, and it breaks my heart to think that anyone I know would be left behind. And for the person that I know is watching, you think that God doesn't mess with little drug addicts, that he doesn't have time for us. He does. He has time for you. He has time for you.
Yeah.
And you know who you are that I'm talking to.
Yes. That's so true. And too, you know what I think people who have the biggest struggles, okay, people will say, okay, well, you just traded one addiction for the other. No, 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 no. It's not that. I mean, you can do that. But people who have been stuck in addiction and things like that, they don't realize that the calling that the Lord has on their life is even greater. That's why the enemy came at them even stronger. We all have the same calling and purpose, and it is to bring the kingdom of heaven on earth. It's to bring people into alignment with the Lord, to bring them into partnership. And now, if we have, there's an audience, people have different audiences, we may never be what I'm sure Benny Hinn, Joseph Z, or but we have a mission field. We have an audience, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's good. It's good. It's at HEB. It's at Walmart. It's on this podcast. It's it is. Never doubt. And here's the thing too: you cannot doubt. Well, I could never. Well, you're right. We could never either. It's not us. It literally is our partnership with the Lord. So it's like our human nature to get stuck in the this is where I failed at. I could never do this, da 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 da. But Philippians,
I think that's why I know AA and stuff works for some people, but to me, it never did because I was trying to do it out of my own,
right? Yeah,
and God is the only one. Like he took every desire,
so good.
he took the rage,
It's so good.
and I mean, I have a video at Clark County where the lieutenant said, "We've never seen anybody fight like that. You are mad, aren't you?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
not now, but during
yeah,
the fight, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
And
about that, about the rage part of your testimony, was it something that God automatically just one day it just you had this encounter and it just was gone? Was it a process? What do you think shifted in your heart that you just saw the rage gone? What do you think it was?
I just some of it is both,
Mm-hmm.
okay, because he took the main, like, to
Right.
where I still had some problems in the beginning,
Right.
in
Right.
prison, like, um but I think the situations that he put me in,
Mm-hmm.
the more I practiced, he brought in the gift of self-control.
That's awesome.
And he
That's good.
replaced
Good.
it with the gift of self-control.
Yeah. That's good.
Because I was like, and I was not one of those people that you could go 10, 9, 8, how they tell you, like,
Breathe.
no, no, 0
Yeah.
to 100.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and I never cared if you were a man or
Yeah.
it didn't matter to me. Like,
Yeah.
People had put their hands on me so many times. I had just learned to defend myself very well.
Mhm.
And so it just,
Yeah.
and it, and honestly, it felt good. Like it was
Mhm.
like getting rid of.
What was?
The thing is, and it also was exhausting
Mm.
because if you're that mad, it takes everything out of you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like I remember having a breakdown one time, and my grandmother had just gotten a brand new car, and I was about to go at it with the claw hammer. And my grandmother was like one of my best friends. And I don't even remember why. It was like a blackout kind of rage,
Mhm.
but I did some really horrible things while I was mad. I was abusive to my oldest daughter,
Mhm.
and just I was ugly. And
Mhm.
I'm so God has restored that
So
relationship.
good. That is so good.
They call me every day. They FaceTimed me every day since I've
Oh,
been
that
gone.
is so
And
good.
both my daughters.
Mhm.
And I don't know why I was like that to her. Maybe because my mom was very verbally abusive, and she didn't no disrespect to my mom, because I honor her with everything I have and I love her. And
Mhm.
but she's admitted to that. She could see that. And I was just in a horrible place.
Yeah.
And when I was
Yeah.
little, it was just, I don't have any really good memories of childhood whatsoever.
Yeah.
I was at odds with my brother and my sister. Uh, my brother's 8 years younger than me, and he just didn't understand. They just didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah.
And I really didn't understand.
Yeah. Yep.
Nope. So I'm
Mhm.
just glad, and I used to be like, Lord, why? Everybody does, or why is
Mhm.
my life like this? Why have you allowed me to go through all this? But now I know that it's so that I can tell people, if
Yes.
you've lost your baby, please come talk to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you've been married and divorced, which is like, it's like death. It's like a failure. I just wanted to be married and happy, and I just never could do that because they
Mhm.
would always tell me I was bipolar and had this disorder and that disorder. And
Mhm.
no, it was the enemy. The enemy's been after me since day one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that, and he will come after your kids. I will let you know. Like,
Mhm.
I just know, I can see all the places where he was,
Yeah.
you know. So God is so, so
Yes.
good. And I wish I had known before how, taste and see that the Lord is good,
Yes.
because he is so good. So
Yes. Yes. Yeah. What do you got? You got any questions, Ashley?
Um, so now you and your mom's relationship is healing. And
yes.
like
Mhm.
in um your children and your daughters, that's healing. And like just alone in your healing, it has healed them. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And my mom and I have bumped heads a couple times since we've been
Yeah.
home. And I would be just praying, Lord, why did you send me here? Because what I wanted was to go to a transitional house,
Mhm.
to get me. So when I came with myself, I would be okay with me,
Mhm.
and not just coming into their lives like
Yeah.
being dependent
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he made it that way. He told me 3 times, you're to go home, parole to your moms, parole to your moms.
Yeah.
And so I did. And so I could just see, though, like one of the times we had it, I was real ugly to her, and everything came back to me, and I was ugly.
Mhm.
And the Lord just showed me, you're here. This is a healing. We're getting through
Mhm.
this. And I just went in there and just kissed her all over and told her, Mom, I'm so, so
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
And I love her. Like yesterday, she's with the lady that goes to Impact, Peggy Sutton, and I don't
Mhm.
know if y'all know her. She's Andrea and Warren are her
Oh,
children.
I'm not sure.
But
Yeah.
I said, "Where are y'all?" And she said, "We're at the post office." And I said, "Stay right there." And she's like, "Why?" And I said, "Because I need to put eyes on you." So I just got in I just hugged her and I got in the
Yeah.
back seat and just talked to her for a few minutes, and then they
Yeah.
went on their way.
Yeah.
But and my kids have called me every day and
Yeah.
FaceTime me, and
Yeah.
when I drove into, I love Kerrville, I love it,
Yeah.
but I'm just not ready to leave. Like I would love to work for Mercy Gate. I would love
Mhm.
to. That was my thing, to work with the women,
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's not one in Corpus.
Yeah. Well, they're spreading. You never know where. You know what I mean? That we've already got stuff in Bandera. Yeah. You never know what the Lord has in store,
Yeah,
You
well,
never know.
in the beginning, because of my health, the Lord was like, just your platform is just going to be Facebook for right now.
Mhm.
And it has been really good because I have talked and prayed with a lot of people and
Mhm.
been able to give encouragement. And
That's good.
yeah, but when Lisa messaged me, I was all excited, and I was like, okay, here it is. My time is going to start, and then right before, everything just kept happening, and I was like, Mom, I'm just not going to go. And she's like, No, you're going to go because you're going to be obedient to the Lord.
Yeah.
Love that.
And then Friday, I was like, Mom, can let's just go home. Like, I feel
Mhm.
like we need to go home. She's like, No, you're going to stay. You're going to do the podcast because you're going to be obedient to the Lord.
Yeah.
You have been waiting for Him to open the doors,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the doors are opening.
Yes.
And so
That's
I'm very comfortable with you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it makes it easier.
That's so good.
Yeah.
We love that.
Yeah.
So awesome.
It's
I
so
think everyone's a
awesome.
little nervous when they first come
Yeah,
on.
when it's for and it's it
I
is.
can't do it.
So you can, girl. You got something to say, yeah. And I've always it's so weird because God puts desires and things in your heart, even way back before you partner with Him. He already knows. So if you think about some of the things we did in our life before Christ, and you think about when they get redeemed, how we use them for the kingdom, because the enemy always takes what God intended and he perverses it, and so there's people out there that are probably top dime hustlers, and they're actually meant to be evangelists of the word,
Yeah.
like they're it's those kind of things. You got to pay attention to where you succeeded in the kingdom of darkness and think about what God will do in you and through you when you give your life over to Him. And so I say all that because I would always talk about podcasting. I could speak and for all the other side, and do all kinds of stuff. I did all kinds of crazy stuff, and I just one day I was sitting here, and the Lord's like, "Go live." I'm like, "Go live? I don't have nobody on my thing, I don't have no one on there. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say.
They
And then I was like,
do.
but they do. We think that, so the enemy tries to silence our voice, and there are every person out there could get on live and gather an audience. We got millions and billions of people on this earth, and all of us are going to be able to reach out to them differently. And I know our stuff, with the community that we know, we have a lot of people that have addiction and come from that lifestyle. But my heart is to obviously share that because we know so many people, but even get people out there that don't have that kind. Maybe your testimony is different, and if you're watching, please reach out to me because there's so many different places. Maybe you have a testimony about marriage. Maybe you have a testimony about what God's done for you financially, or what I really love. We got to talk about this. Lisa Rollison's sister.
Yes, absolutely.
She literally was not an addiction, none of that, but she literally got up there and she spoke. Oh, I'll have to find it for you. But she spoke about how she grew up never feeling good enough. But she never had an addiction. It was the disease to please. And it left her empty and empty and empty. But it was so touching. It was so emotional. And Lisa Ross, and if you're watching this, I was staring at your face the entire time she spoke because I saw the love, the honor, the gratitude, the gratefulness, the joy to see your little sister get up there and just share about what the Lord's done. And I love watching people's faces
Yeah.
when they're looking at someone they love, and you can just see the like how Che looks at all of us, you know, and when Leslie looks at all of us and we're doing the things. It's just it's so good. I love it.
I
love
heard
that.
her testimony,
Isn't that
and I
powerful?
understand that, and
Yeah.
that was part of my fire too, was
Yeah.
to stop being a people pleaser.
Mhm.
You know, I was in the service industry my whole entire life. My grandparents owned a restaurant,
Mhm.
so you get instant gratification from that,
Yes.
and so so that's how it was for me.
Yeah.
And it just always was empty. It was very
Yes.
empty.
Yeah.
She had a very, very powerful
It was so
testimony.
powerful. It
Yeah.
was so powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good, and
That testimony night was amazing.
Yeah.
There was at one point I counted 90 something people.
and that guy,
And I just was like, wow.
that
you
one
know?
guy, he's definitely an evangelist.
The guy, yeah, when he got up there, what was his name? David?
David something.
David something. I don't know if you're going to come across this, but you are an evangelist because, yeah, he got up there and he was like, whoa. And I was like, okay, evangelist David's on the stand. Like, it was so powerful. It was
My
so,
best
so
friend was
powerful.
there, and she's like, "That guy had me saying hallelujah."
Yeah. 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 I
good.
love that. It
Yeah.
was so good.
See, and
Yeah.
I don't know that I don't have that. I don't have that. That's a different. That's a
It's a
different
different,
gift.
yeah, yeah.
You know, it is a gift.
Yeah.
But like my
Yeah.
mom, she's a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
She's definitely a teacher. And she
Yeah.
has been. She spoke for Texas Christian Women's League and Agape and all
Oh,
that.
that's so good.
I grew up like that.
Yeah.
But she gave me a great foundation. And
Yeah.
so like take your kids to church, because
Yes.
when I know people that it used to just blow my mind that everybody didn't know all the Sunday school stories, you know,
Mhm.
like Zacchaeus and with the
Mhm.
robe, David and Goliath.
Yeah.
They don't know all those stories.
Yeah.
But my
Yeah.
parents made us. We went to church every Sunday,
Yeah.
Sunday morning, Sunday night, and Wednesday night.
Yeah.
So
So good.
yeah,
Train up your children in the way they should go.
Yeah.
They shall not depart from it. That's good.
Yes.
and I like
Yeah.
what you said though a while ago, Jen, about like your family. Like my family are all Christians, but they don't. I don't think they understand the depth of the calling that He has
Yeah.
put on me.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it must be something, because Satan comes at me hard.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, he
Mhm.
does. So whatever, I mean, he's been coming at me since I was a baby. So whatever it is
Yeah.
that he wants me to do, and I think that, and I want people to know that people that come out of prison, it's not just not everyone is just about Jesus for this day to get themselves out, because he's raising up an army behind those walls right
Yes.
now. And I believe it's
Yes.
because we have backbone
Yeah.
because of the life we came from.
Yes.
We don't take no for an answer.
Yeah.
And some of the girls you were talking about shoving something down somebody's throat, and I had the most amazing Bible study teacher,
Mm-hmm.
Kathy Lemoyne. If you're out there, I love you. And people would always tell me, "You're so blunt. You're harsh." And so I said, "Kathy, do I need to like ease up?" And she's like, "No.
Some people
You're
need that.
you're
Yeah.
for a certain group of people.
That's exactly right.
God's going to use what you
Mhm.
have to say
Yeah.
for
And
those people."
that is so true. That is so true. And we didn't really talk about this, but this last time you were in prison,
Yes.
you said you did 7 years.
Yes.
That, I mean,
That's the number of completion.
it's a number of completion. That's a long time.
Yeah.
I've done several years, not that many. So I thought I was gonna die. But I mean, there did come to a place where I was like the most balanced because all the distractions were gone. And I didn't really fully surrender my life in there. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna go to Job Corps. I had all these plans, you know. But talk about when you got out and what it was like for that transition, because there's people that need to hear. people who are family members of people that have been in prison, people who have family members currently in prison, and maybe you just got out, because a lot of times that's the road where it's like this. It's you're either gonna continue trucking this way, or something's gonna happen and you're gonna fall to old patterns. And like with me, when and I got out in 2017, this is what happened with me. I hit the ground running, but it was still like, watch what I do. You won't keep me down. I'm going to prove to the world. It wasn't out of God, let me glorify you. It was out of, I failed so much, but watch me come up so fast. And I did. I did come up so fast, but I also was not being careful with people, places, and things. I had no idea what boundaries were. I just was like, look at me and watch what I can do. And look, and in 3 months, I had 2 jobs, a car, and a place to live. Great on the outside, but I opened that door up, um, back to loneliness. I opened it up to an individual, and I had told myself I was not going to get into a relationship. I even went to Job Corps in spring of 2018. And I checked the boxes there, surface level, all of that. Look at me. I've got 2 jobs. I go to Job Corps. I have a vehicle. I'm not a failure. I'm a success. But I was missing the real piece, And so it's kind of like, we'll talk about your experience.
But the thing is, I think that's why he took me so many years through the fire.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I did so much time.
Yeah.
Was because I know who I am. So my success is knowing who I am in him, that I'm wanted, that I'm chosen, that I'm enough, that I'm a child of God, I'm royalty, I was so, because it was so long too, I think I was so submissive to him and so dependent on him, and
That's
everything
good. That's the key.
is
That's the key.
like the first time I got out, I was very I didn't want to leave my room. I was very depressed, you know. I still like to be in my room, and I'm very comfortable being by myself because I've been in the cell by myself for so long, But uh I had to go to my nephew's graduation as soon as I got there.
Oh, is that a lot, right?
It was a huge group of people,
Oh my gosh,
and a
I
big
remember
thing.
that first time doing something like that.
And I would have never. It was like we got out the car and went like the same day. And so if that hadn't happened and I hadn't been forced into that situation, I think it would have happened the same way it did before. I think I would have been just at home and but I know that's why he kept me there so long. There was a reason. My charge was a state jail felony, really.
Yeah.
So I did 7 years on that, and
That's crazy.
it used to blow people's mind, but like I always just knew it was him, and my
because he
vindication
cares about your eternity.
from the lady. I finally, after trying to do writs of habeas corpus and all this stuff to get out, that my vindication was my relationship with him. You know what I mean? It wasn't the time. And like whenever, I would always tell the younger girls, whenever are you going to get a chance to sit down and just work on yourself? And you know what I mean? Like you always think that when you're out in the world, if I could just chill for a little while, 1 month, a week, 30 days, whatever. But you have that in there. And that's all I did was seek him. And I just kept asking him to give me a hunger. Just give me a hunger for you, Lord. I just want to know you. Like, and I want to know things like some of that we did Kings and Prophets when our Bible study. And when David died and Adonijah wanted the concubine. Well, I was thinking, what's the big deal? But because of the teacher, I was able to learn that was like an insult. And because of the society or community at the time, like people just read the Bible and they just think whatever. But
there's real, you got to understand the context, the history. what it
Yes.
meant in that time, and it literally will unlock something.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love all of it. I used to think the Old Testament was boring, and
Yeah.
but there's a reason. There's
Yeah.
a reason. We're just like those people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We are. We take God for granted.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we turn away. You know,
Don't do it.
once we get off.
We don't know how to speak.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and I can relate to Moses like that. Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
hey, I don't
Yeah.
really know how to speak in front of these people.
Yeah.
or-
Yes. Yeah.
For sure.
That's
So, and
hilarious.
we
Yeah.
turn away from him.
Yes.
Like somebody, a lady was telling me, my old Bible study teacher, if you read Amos right now, it's like what's going on in this world. Like it's just,
Yeah.
everything. And
Nice.
God, and if you do read the word, you realize that God uses murderers and liars and cheaters and,
That's
all
what
that
all
stuff.
that it's filled up with. Isn't
Yeah.
that crazy how the first thing that comes to our mind is God's not going to want anyone like me. Have you read the Bible?
Yeah.
We always jump to that. And it's like, have you read the Bible? Every single one of the people in there were like
And they were,
scum, bags.
they were no,
But they were redeemed. You know, like
they were no punks either.
no.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. That is so funny.
I
Yeah.
love the word.
Yeah.
Like I've learned so much, and I missed a lot with my kids and my
Mhm.
family, but I missed my whole 50s pretty much,
Mhm.
and I wouldn't take back one day for anything
Mhm.
because
made
it brought
you.
me to
Yeah.
where I am.
Yeah.
And if I could just, what you
Yeah.
said about God wanting us to already know, that's one of my favorite verses, Ephesians
Mhm.
2:10. Like he
Mhm.
talks about us being a masterpiece, but he foreknew what we were predestined for the things that we're supposed to do, and he already
Mhm.
knew that.
Yeah.
Like he knew our names, he knew our
Yeah.
parents' names, like
Yeah.
He made our names.
I just
Yeah.
it's
You put
just
that thought in their head.
yeah, I just
He
think
did.
that's so
It
amazing.
is.
Like
It is.
so all the love y'all are looking for is where it's at.
It's in the Lord. It's in the
so
one.
in
It's
the
in the
Lord.
one place that you push away
Yeah.
because you don't feel like you're worthy, because you don't feel like you could do it. You can't measure up. You'd never be able to live life good. No, we don't sit here saying that we've mastered it.
No.
There's 1,000 things a day
Absolutely
that
not.
go through my mind or that I do that I literally like, oh, I shouldn't have said that or done that, It's knowing that that Jesus Christ is our righteousness, that through him we are made perfect, that we could come humbly yet boldly to the throne of grace in our time of need. That is what it's about. It's not about, hey, we've mastered 613 of the Old Testament laws and the Ten Commandments. Or come on out, it's not, But we always think, oh, I don't know. Oh, if I do that, I'm gonna have to clean up for. Well, let me get my life right. Let me clean up all this before I come to God. Can't do it. You cannot clean up. You'll end up in a stronghold of religion. That's what you'll end up. And then you'll be beating the hell out of yourself and then jump back into the stronghold of religion. It's inviting God into the moment and saying, I don't know. I'm I'm going off of faith, saying that you are who you say you are. But I need you to see the wreck of my life that I've made. I don't feel like I'm enough. I don't feel, but I'm going to walk with you and I'm going to give you this life. And I'm asking you in exchange, give me what do you want me to know? And you talk to him just like we're talking to each other. And you will, I promise you, you praise that prayer, Lord, show me who you are with a genuine heart, not with a heart that's testing him. Like, not, we don't test God if you don't do this. No, but in a genuine heart saying, God, I feel like you might be real, but I don't know. I need you to show me who you are. Show me who I am. And then be still in faith. He will answer that prayer. He's done it. He's done it for all of us.
Absolutely.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so awesome. I wouldn't trade it for anything. And I told my kids too, and I love my kids. They're my daughters. I have two daughters. They're 37 and 30, and I adore them.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody's coming between me and Jesus. Not my kids, not my mom,
Yeah.
not a man. I thought I was praying that my guy would have come to the Lord, and he has a little tiny bit, but not enough to where I want to allow him. I'm so happy and I'm so content for the
Mhm.
first time in my
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
entire life that I'm not willing to let one iota
Yeah.
of anything
Yeah.
into it.
That
It's
is,
not,
yeah.
and I do want to be married. Nobody wants to spend the rest of their life alone, but if I don't, then I'm okay. I'm okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like he healed me from all the addictions,
Yeah. Yeah.
except maybe food, and we're working on that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yes. I feel
so
that.
yeah,
I feel that.
it's a harder one.
Yeah. And it is a harder one.
It is.
And with the relationship thing, right? I always felt like I needed, and I would say I didn't, but it was always trying to put that person, and no matter who I was with, I would try to, either, oh, they're going to turn this way, or they'll be this way. And I was trying to make them fit into this expectation I had of a godly man, instead of trusting God to bring me a godly man. And I had it messed up. Many of the relationships that I had, I became whatever they were. I mean, that's why I've got a rap sheet. Like, no, I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm saying I chose to shadow them so that I could feel connected. And back to that, having sex with people, you end up doing things that they do. You get these spiritual things that they
Yeah.
carry, and but all of a sudden oh, they've been together 6 months and now she acts just like him. Well, there's a reason. There's a spiritual connection there.
Yeah.
And so, and all of that, but the biggest thing that I will say that I almost feared, and God turned it from a bad fear into a healthy fear, was one. I believed, okay, I'm never going to find anyone because I don't know how to be with someone without turning into them. And
Yeah.
and then I didn't think that any godly man would be interested, because I had A, B, C, D, E and been through E, F, G, H, I and da 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 da. And so those were lies, obviously, as I was with Mercy Gate and walking with the Lord and got that healing. But I had I wasn't even looking for it. I was literally working on allowing the Lord to heal me and stepping in from the program into internship to leadership to my position where I'm at today. I went through fire. He was crushing me in areas that he was like, this is what took you back out there. We're crushing it. And then I had leaders around me that allowed me to be me and grow and
Yeah.
discipled me through my crap, even as I walked out leadership, because my heart was humble. I remained obedient to the Lord to my best of my ability. And I was very vulnerable, transparent. Anyone will tell you one thing that I knew, that if I did not reveal it, the Lord would not heal it.
Absolutely.
And so I got that part. And going back to this thing, it blows my mind, because every single desire that I had growing up, like wanting a family, you know, wanting just someone to love me like Jesus loved the church, right? That is a woman's, I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
You can say, like you said, you could say you would be okay, but no, everyone wants that. We're created that way, right? But it blows my mind, because I'm thinking, there I was not expecting it with my situation.
Right.
Y'all know that I told you earlier
Yeah.
that second date, want to get married? Yeah. Bam. What just happened? And a good thing, but it's a good way.
Yeah.
And doing it the right way, it has started to heal places in me I did not know needed healing, because you've got someone pursuing you that's never even known you in a sexual way. You've got someone pursuing you that, you know what I mean? It's my prayer for both of you and anybody watching to experience that.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I think when we lay down ourselves and we say, your will be done, God, and we're not looking for it, he moves right when he's supposed to. That was what just happened.
Yeah.
Well,
You've been on the front row seats.
you have to think too that Ruth was not looking for Boaz.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
She-
It just
and
yeah.
he wasn't looking for her. It just
the Lord said
happened.
bam.
And that's what I pray for is my Boaz.
And I'm literally praying with you for that.
Thank
I
you.
promise. I know God can do that in a matter of a freaking one day, 2
November
days.
8th to November 20th.
I mean,
you know
come
what?
on.
12 days.
Yeah, November 13th.
I know, but November 8th is when we got prayed for.
We forgot that
Yeah.
part.
We got prayed
We
for on
okay.
November 7th.
Okay, if Summer is watching,
Yeah.
okay, so we forgot to tell this part. We're just all over the place right now. It's fine. But November 7th at Friendsgiving at our church, I'm sitting down at the table with Lisa Davenport and her daughter, Summer Cawthon. And I don't know what brought me to say it. It just came, I was in my head, it came out of my mouth. I said, Summer, tell us about how you fasted and met Chris. And she tells us the story. And before the end of the night, I said, can you pray for us? And I was talking about me, Ashley, and Jessica. And we go over there in the kitchen, and Summer puts her hand on us. And that woman of God, bless her, she carries the Father's presence like I've never experienced somebody carry. And and it was just like, whoa, we all felt it. This one's laughing, crying, laughing. Jessica's crying, and I'm standing like, whoa, I was feeling something being deposited. She's praying for us to find our spouses.
Wow.
That was the 7th.
Yep.
On the 13th,
She was not on
6
a date.
days later, Reggie asked me out on a date.
There you go.
I'm thinking,
Yeah.
my gosh. So if it doesn't, like, you put your hand on Jana right now. Look, I'm just doing it again. Okay,
Go.
It's fine. Okay, well, Lord Jesus, I do not believe in coincidences, God. I don't. Like, you are not. It is God winks. So right now, Lord, I just say the same thing that Summer deposited into us that day on November 7th, that you would deposit even now back into Ashley and into Janet, that Ruth will find her Boaz.
Yes.
That God, you have predestined. And for viewers, if you want to grab on this, do it. Because it's God's above time, space, and matter. And we didn't got to lay hands to do it. It's just, we just like that. We're charismatic, But
Amen.
Amen. The Lord, what I just declare the same thing, God, that in your perfect will and timing, that you would bring men of God to Ashley, man of God to Jana.
Yes, Lord.
God, that you would continue to work in them because they deserve to be loved and pursued by a man of God, and that healing would come in the deepest places of them in the mighty name of Jesus.
Thank you.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, that's so good. Come on, Boaz. Yeah. Yes.
But I will say this, even if he doesn't, I really am content. Like, he's my husband.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
the place to be.
He's my husband.
That's exactly the place to be. And that's exactly what I was saying, girl.
People always say, like,
Yeah.
like guys
Yeah.
always try to hit on me on Facebook, and they always say they're Christian, but I'm saying Jesus is my life. Like I'm not doubting your faith or whatever,
Yeah.
but he's my life. So
Yeah.
if he's not your life,
Yeah.
then
if you're not gonna love him more than you love me,
then you're
we
not.
can't be together.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to love the Lord more than you'll ever. I don't. Yeah. That's a game changer.
Yeah, because I'm so content with him. I'm
Yeah.
so dependent on him, and
Yes, that's so
like
good.
my life is so different. And Ashley knew my life. Like, well, you did some.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we worked at separate bars together.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
So like, it's just so different. And I want you to know that people, place, and things, I let pretty much everybody on my Facebook. And it's only because I hope that they hear something. And it's funny that all those people that were so ugly to me,
They're on there.
they friended me, for the people from prison. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
And
That's
so
good. I'm the same way, there's times that I can get an influx of like people from Africa and stuff, and I don't know them, but they're like literally just trying to be like, "Hey, sugar doll" or something, and I'm like, I don't add them, but I add anyone from my past if they reach out to me. Yeah. Now, and if they ever do get in my inbox, a couple of them have. I immediately say, "Hey, I am doing this. This is who I am. This is not who I am." And if you just speak directly and boldly to people and tell them the truth, they ain't gonna come at you anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
You know
and
what I mean,
and,
like it's
and I tell everybody, and I always, this is my line too. I always
Mhm.
tell them, like, the people that I did dope with, if I told you that I had some dope that was fire, you would believe me.
Mhm.
So right now I'm telling you that I got something that's fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
want you to know that I still got something that's fire, and this is way better,
And it's the real
and
one.
it never goes away. It's just
Yeah,
amen. Like,
yeah.
it is the best ever.
That is so good.
You know, I learned a lot in prison.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
that
me
7 years
too.
was,
Yeah.
you know, the first time I learned, like the guy said, like, you can find out how you can make better connections. You can find out how to do this. You can find out how to do that. You
Yeah.
know, I'm real aware of scammers now, how they,
Yeah.
try to come at you, that, and, but I did something different this time, and God
Good.
can get you anywhere. I don't like that prison, how they call
Oh
it,
yeah. Oh,
prison.
that's because you know.
Everybody in prison is,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
not
Well,
everybody is, because I could tell you it's a very dark place.
yeah.
And in the
Yeah.
women's prison where I was at, straight people were the minority, and the guards, they didn't even care anymore. Like, it was just a natural, accepted thing.
Yeah.
And I was pretty uncomfortable, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking anybody. I pray for everybody. I love
Yeah. Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
But in my heart it's perversion,
It
and
is.
I know
That's what
that.
the word of God says.
And so it was hard to be in there.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some things. I was at Lockhart, so I was at a really good place,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
private prison.
It's good.
Yeah. AC,
Thank
good,
God.
decent,
God.
decent food,
Thank God.
And I was there so long, like, you know,
Yeah.
if I said I was going somewhere, they just let me out, because they already knew me. Like, I was really
Yeah.
going where I said I was going, and
Yeah.
I had to roam the halls, or,
Yeah. It's awesome.
yeah,
That's the favor of God there.
yeah,
Yeah. Favor of God gets you places. Yeah. That money can't, people can't. It's the Lord's favor.
for sure,
Mhm.
for sure.
Good. Well, do
Mhm.
you have anything else on your heart that you want to share with the people?
I just, want to reiterate that Jesus loves you. There's a love like no other, and you are so special to Him. Like, He created you, and that's why we were created, was to love and serve Jesus. And He just loves you. He is coming back
Yes,
very,
yes.
very soon to take His people home. If you are not one of His people, you will be left here, and this world that's going on right now will seem like cupcake camp, because
Yeah.
what's coming is horrible.
Yeah.
So please, please, all the love you're looking for, all the reason you do drugs, all the reason you look for sex, have sex, or anything, whatever it is, eat yourself to a coma. I know how to do that real easily. Please, please get your heart right. Please
Yes.
contact any of us.
Yes.
We would be happy to pray with you, or talk to you, or answer any questions that you have. But it has to be done the whole way. It can't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Yeah.
So, just, I love all of you. God has given me a love for every single person that He created, and He loves you,
Yes.
and He would have died if you had been the only person there.
Mhm.
Yes.
So,
Yes. And I'm gonna when we do end this, I'm gonna tag your profile page, but feel free to share this on your profile page as well.
yeah,
Want to talk about some places if you're watching and you're from the Kerrville area and you need a place to come to church at, okay? We've got Impact has service at Saturday night at 7. They have a morning service at 10:30. My church is Cross Kingdom. I also attend Impact on Saturday nights. Is in Cross Kingdom has 2 services, 9 a.m., 11 a.m. If you're from Kerrville area, Cross Kingdom is now the proud rentee or renter of what used to be Neighbors in Blue Sage. So it's right there. If you are like, oh, I don't know, go to church, message me, message Ashley.
Yeah.
We will meet you. We will meet you. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go pick you up. We'll do whatever. And you are in Corpus, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what church do you go to in Corpus? Just in case people are watching.
Well, like I said earlier, I don't have a church home yet.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
there is Real Life, there is New Life, there is Church Unlimited. There are churches all over. Annabelle Baptist.
Awesome.
There's a lot of churches there. New Life is very far from me, but if I could get there, I would be there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I usually attend the Church of Philip Anthony Mitchell on
Ooh, I love him.
Sunday morning.
I love him.
I
love
do too.
him. I love him. But here's the thing, too. No matter what church, where you're at, where you're from, go to church. And I'm telling you I'm giving you some gold here. The greeters at church are people. They're not perfect. Okay, so if you're expecting to go to church and hoping and I hope that people's churches are like this, that if you're new, somebody comes up to you. But there are times that happen where people just are busy and they're not meaning to overlook you. Do not allow the enemy to say you're not seen. Go to a greeter.
Yes.
Go to someone and say, hi, my name is Jen. This is my first time here. I watched this podcast. I'm a new Christian. I don't know what I'm doing. I want to be involved. Because closed mouths don't get fed, people. We know that. That's just like this. That's like, and I want to say this too. People who use that as an excuse, let me say this. You don't go to a bar and go sit down at a table and think, well, I'm not going to drink a beer or nothing until somebody comes and asks me for one or to get one. You go right to that bartender and you're saying, I want this. So be as bold as you are at a bar or at a store or at whatever, just get over ourselves there. It's an uncomfortable environment, especially when you're new
Yeah.
to it, but just be bold. Say, hey, my name's so-and-so. I don't know what I'm doing. What do I do? Okay, yeah. They're going to help you with that, right? I just wanted to say that because it's just awesome. All right, well, guys, I think that do you have anything else you want to say?
Nope, that's
Okay,
it.
that's
I
it.
just
So,
love y'all. I love
yes,
y'all.
and so Ashley's gonna help me. She's gonna be Vanna White with me because I want y'all to know. Look, I'm wearing Fila's. Okay, I want y'all to know where to follow us at. Okay, one day I'll get more like technologically advanced. I could actually put this information on the screen like they do on YouTube places. But okay, I don't know if y'all can see this. Go back a little bit, Ashley. Okay, so we've got TikTok. It's at Lock, Stock, Barrel. The O's are actually zeros. YouTube is at Lock, Stock, Barrel 3. Regular spelling, the number 3. Instagram is the same as TikTok. And Facebook, well, you might already be on that, but if you're not, it's facebook.com/Lock, Stock, Barrel. Those O's are zeros. And then follow, like, and subscribe. All right. Yeah.